Hello, this is D, and I'm back with another video, and today we're going to talk about Spider-Man 2. Now, this game was released yesterday, and there were a lot of reports over the internet that the game was filled with bugs. So, of course, I had to fire it up for myself and try it out. Now, I streamed it yesterday on YouTube for about 3 hours. And I only encountered one bug, and that was towards the end of my stream. Now, what had happened is I picked up a manhole cover with my spider webs, I spun it around, and it hit a couple of NPCs. Now, a few of them went on the cars. One of them kind of went down the car really slowly. So I will say right off the bat that there can be an NPC bug that is legit, but it's really random, it's few and far between, and it's not game breaking like a lot of gamers would have you believe. Now, every game that comes out at launch will have some issues, will have little bugs, especially if you're going and trying your hardest to get them. Okay, now some of these glitches that we've seen have been user created, some by accident, some just, it just happened to them, and some are forcing it. And also because of this, a lot of fanboys are using this as ammunition and they're blowing it way out of proportion. Now, I saw a lot of gamers also do this with Starfield, and it drove me insane. And I was out doing the same thing, but because I'm an Xbox eccentric channel, it's okay when I say something about Sony, but if I say something about Xbox guys seem to get all upset with me. But I'm gonna tell you guys once and for all, I'm going to call it like it is. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Just like I don't like people taking attacks at Xbox games for no reason when a game is good, just because it doesn't fit their fanboy narrative or because their plastic box, they love it so much that they just gotta go out and destroy or say something derogatory about anything Xbox. It doesn't give Xbox players the right to do it also. And I also want to clarify that the majority of Xbox gamers are not like this. And a lot of PlayStation gamers are also not like this. It's a small segment of each group, and they console war. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. Yes, I say the Xbox has better specs than the PlayStation, or I don't think the PlayStation is doing this right, but I own both systems. I prefer the Xbox ecosystem. I like that I can play my games on PC, I can play them on my Xbox, I can play them on my ROG Ally, I can even play them on my Samsung TV. If I want, I can play them on my phone via the cloud. The value is just insane in the Xbox ecosystem. I can play EA games through EA Play in my Game Pass subscription service. It is a fantastic service. It has bangers. Forza just released. We have Lies of P that released. Starfield. The Call of Duty games are going to be coming to Game Pass. I could go on and on. The service is fantastic and it is my platform of choice. It doesn't mean that I don't play anything else. I enjoy good games, especially games that are crispy with the graphics. That just gives you a good gaming experience. And in order to do that, you need to own a lot of platforms because I want to play all the games that I can play. So when I see a game like Spider-Man 2 come out and the game is fantastic, the first 30 minutes of the game is mind-blowing. It's such a beautiful game, such a great experience. Even the use of the haptic feedback and all the features that the PlayStation 5 DualSense Edge has is fantastic in this game. It's a good game. Now, is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. Like I said, I did encounter a bug with an NPC. I see some other users out there also encountering bugs with the NPCs. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm saying that it's not a frequent thing and it's not widespread like gamers want you to believe. And this kind of stuff has to stop. Now, when I comment on this stuff, a lot of Xbox fanboys, they say, well, Sony did this. Sony fanboys did this with Starfield, so they can deal with it. Two wrongs don't make a right. Like, we have to be adults here. And we should judge a good game on its merits. Like I said, no game is perfect. Is Starfield perfect? No. There were some bugs in it. But you know what? When I had my playthrough, I didn't experience any bugs. I did a day one live stream of Starfield, just like I did with Spider-Man, to disprove if it had bugs. I didn't encounter any bugs. It looked fantastic. It ran a steady frame rate. and I reported such in my video. Now the same thing is happening with Spider-Man, and I encountered one bug towards the end of my playthrough. And a lot of gamers aren't experiencing any bugs at all. So my point is that it's not game breaking. Now, I know you guys don't want to just hear my opinions on it, so let's dig into it. Let's go down the rabbit hole and let's see what information we can find out. Now, this morning I posted on my Twitter that I did a lot of testing on Spider-Man 2. Many bugs are forced but not following a scripted path. If you go a different way, forced through scripted on-rail moments like tutorials, you will glitch the physics game like below. NPC bug can happen, but it's rare. Most people have no issues. So what I'm saying here is this part here that you're looking on the screen is a part when you're after you finish the initial battle with Sandman. There are part of the cities that you can't go. It kind of forces you on a rail to go a certain way. Now, you can turn around and go a different way, but you kind of hit an invisible wall and it sends you back. Now, what I think is happening here is that people are trying to go into that invisible wall and they're glitching out and they're glitching the game. They're breaking the physics. It just glitches it out. Now, like I said, I don't think every gamer is trying to force these glitches, but this is why it's happening. They're trying to go into an area that they're not supposed to go to. Another thing happens with a tutorial. Some people are saying that it freezes and you can't do anything. It's a tutorial. It's telling you the button prompts that you need to do. Now, the only real bug that I saw, that I encountered, was the NPC bug, where they can go on things and kind of come off weird and glitch out a little bit. I only had it happen with one NPC, like I said, after 3 hours of gameplay. So I don't want to discredit the people that are experiencing legitimately that issue, but what I'm trying to say is that it's not widespread. But once again, why is this happening? So as I posted this morning, one gamer said that Digital Foundry, they posted something on it today. So I reposted it in my thread here. Now, he went on to say that he was playing the game today and he already encountered more weird glitches throughout the entirety of his review period. Little things, but very odd to see. So he's also confirming that it was just little minor things, but it is odd to see that it wasn't there from the initial playing of the game. So we're starting to think now, well, at least his thoughts on this is that the day one patch might have introduced some of these problems. Now, ACG, who does some awesome reviews of games, also point out that he did experience a few bugs in the game. Now, this is when John Linneman actually responded. He said, "I'm actually almost wondering if a day one patch screwed something up, as I ran into only 2 bugs during my entire playthrough: the LOD loading issues and the T-posting enemy. It's very odd. This folk might want to chime in about playing without a patch." And someone did chime in and they said on the disc version, it's not as polished. And there's another version that doesn't have a patch that's like 1.000. And the patch version, I think, is like 1.001 or something to that effect. Anyways, it looks like the patch introduced some of these issues. So once again, some people are screaming at the review outlets saying, how did the review outlets not report on this? There's so many bugs in this game. You know, the NPCs are doing this and that, and they didn't report on it. Not one report on it. That's because they didn't apply the day one patch. It appears that the day one patch introduced some of these issues. And once again, I have to reiterate, because I don't know, man, fanboys are gonna fanboy. This is not a widespread issue. It's isolated, it's very small, it doesn't happen to every gamer, and once again, it is not game breaking. Now, a few people had to reboot their consoles. Now, I'm gonna refer to Ryan GoFet24, and he was asking, what did I do wrong? Did I go through the invisible wall? And this gamer is being genuine here. I could tell by the responses. So he got stuck in the game. As you can see here, he is stuck. So that is definitely going to require a reboot. And this can happen to any game. There's going to be bugs in any game. Is it frequent? You know, is it going to continuously happen? The gamers that I've seen reported similar issues. They rebooted their game and it never happened again. Now, this is where the hard drive issue may come into play. Because if you don't have a proper spec hard drive for this game, maybe it's glitching it out. Now, I know that the PlayStation 5 can actually run some SSDs that aren't quite the required speed. Maybe that's an issue. Maybe it's an issue with a certain brand. We're going to have to see what Digital Foundry finds out from their testing, but it could be related to that. But once again, I want to point out that this is few and far between. Not every gamer is experiencing this. And once you reboot the game, it's not happening again. So I don't really know what to say on this. I know a lot of Xbox gamers, they're not going to like my thoughts on this because I like Xbox, so I just have to thrash anything Sony, and I refuse to do that. A good game is a good game, and I'm not going to thrash a good game because it's not on a preferred platform or because my user base doesn't like it. I'm going to always tell you guys the truth, and I would hope that's why you subscribe to me. There's plenty channels out there that will sugarcoat everything for you and will tell you the things that you want to hear. But if you want to know the truth on certain matters in gaming, or at least my opinion, which I believe is going to always be fair and down the middle, then this is the channel for you. Otherwise, then you can go somewhere else to get your gaming and Xbox content. I just want to be real, and I don't like when gamers attack a good game just because they don't like the platform or the user base. I don't like it when PlayStation gamers do it. I don't like it when Xbox gamers do it. I don't like it when any gamer does it, because at the end of the day, I enjoy gaming, and gaming is supposed to be a fun hobby. It's become so toxic. And once again, I want to say it's a small part of the community. Unfortunately, they're very vocal. So you would think that there's a lot more of them. Most gamers are level-headed. A lot of gamers own both consoles. And if some console gamer owns a PlayStation, they don't really hate on an Xbox. They just enjoy their games. This is just all fanboy nonsense. And I gotta be honest, I'm a little disappointed with some Xbox guys because Xbox fanboys, they never used to really be like this. And now they become just as toxic as the Sony fanboys. And their excuse is, well, Sony does it, so we're going to do it too. Listen, two wrongs don't make a right. You can like one thing and like another thing. You can enjoy something and not enjoy something. Hey, if you don't like Spider-Man, that's not the game for you. Fine, say your piece. I don't like the game. That's it. I see some users out there posting like 73 tweets in one day about Spider-Man, just thrashing it. And these are grown men. These are adults, and it's ridiculous. And I gotta be honest, you guys are losers. I'm sorry, you're losers. Get a life. If you don't like the game, say your piece, say it once, say it twice. Saying it 73, 100 times, tweeting it out, posting it to message forums, it's just so consuming. Just enjoy games. If the game is on your platform, play the game of your choice. This holiday season, this year has been crazy for games. There's so many games to play. I cannot recall the last time so many good games came out in the same year. If you're on Nintendo, you have stuff to play. If you're on PC, you got a ton of stuff to play. If you're on Xbox, you got games to play. If you're on PlayStation, you just have a brand new game, Spider-Man, to play. There's no time to be console warring. Now is the time to be playing games. And at the end of the day, we're gamers, so we should be playing games and we should be judging games on their merits. So that's pretty much it with it. I don't care what the comments say. I don't care if guys want to call me a pony bot or say I'm a fake Xbox or all my Xbox friends are going to stop talking to me or they're going to leave my Twitter or whatever. I don't care. I feel this way, and I think it's about time that this stops. It's nonsense. To go out of your way to look for bugs, to nitpick, to find problems with any game because you don't like it and blow it out of proportion is nonsense. If it's valid, then it's valid. You prove your claim. And if it's valid, a lot of people are going to echo that sentiment. It's going to be all over the internet. But when you have the majority of people playing Starfield and having no issues, playing Spider-Man and having no issues, and you have fanboys trying to blow these problems or small issues that these games may have out of proportion, it's a problem. I think it's a problem for the developers. I just think it's just really ugly. Anyways, I wonder what you guys think about all of this. Personally, I think Spider-Man is awesome. I'm enjoying the game. I'm about 5 hours in now. Everything is flowing smoothly. I enjoy the story. It's a fantastic game. Starfield, I've taken a little time off of Starfield. I went back to Cyberpunk. Now I'm playing Spider-Man, but I will get back to Starfield. It is also a good game. We also have Forza. Forza just came out. There's so many games to play. Next week, we have Alan Wake 2 that looks like it's going to bring every platform and every piece of hardware to its knees. So there's a lot of games to play right now. So just enjoy games, guys. Anyways, like I usually say, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one.